Hello, this is Darren DePaul, the voice of Emperor Valkorion, and you're watching another video by Vulkk.
Greetings, dear viewer. Welcome to an exciting video. I'm really excited. Thanks to Valkorion, as usual, for announcing me. If you hear the message for the first time, this is Darren DePaul, and I'm eternally thankful for his gift of making that message for me. Now, today on this video, we're going to talk about the changes that Star Wars The Old Republic 5.4 is bringing, and I'm happy to be using my webcam again on a non-live stream video because some of you might have forgotten what the ugly mug of Vulkk looks like. And I'm not talking about this mug, I'm talking about this mug. This one is beautiful. Okay, before we actually head over and check the most interesting, boy, there are some surprises that I want to share with you. Changes for 5.4. Very quick announcement, if you're watching this video today on the evening of 21st of August 2017, the evening before the big release of 5.4. Why is it big? We will learn in a moment. This here and down below on the video in the description, there will be a link to it as well. This is my patch day special live show, which will be 2 or 3 hours, depending on how much content I have to cover tomorrow. And if the servers go up at the appropriate time, the event is scheduled to go live right at the same time as the servers go up. So we might have to do some adjustments if the servers go up early or late. And a quick reminder that if you've missed something about this update and for whatever reason you don't receive all the information you need or want from this video and from tomorrow's live stream, there is a cumulative article that I post on my website. You can find it in the guides menu in the SWTOR section. It will tell you absolutely everything you need to know and some things you probably don't want to know about Star Wars The Old Republic 5.4, structured in several categories. Now, let's jump into the good part. We've got the patch notes for 5.4 and some very interesting announcements. The patch notes, as usual, are split into highlights, general, classes and combat, flashpoints, operations and uprisings, item and economy, missions and NPCs, and at the very bottom, a tiny bit of update for war zones. Now, first the highlights, what we've got here. New Flashpoint, Crisis on Umbara. I'll do a very detailed walkthrough for you guys tomorrow and I'll tell you absolutely everything you need to know about the Flashpoint, or at least all the things that I know about the Flashpoint. Mechanics, boss tricks, how to do it, what the rewards are, what to do with the rewards, what you need for the Flashpoint, how to enter. By the way, I've posted a couple of days ago the requirements for the Flashpoint, what level you need to be, how to enter. I do have a separate video on that topic if you want to take a look. It will also be linked here somewhere or probably down below in the video description, or you can always find it on my YouTube channel and on my website. So continuing with the highlights, we've got a new stronghold moving train called Umbara Moving Base, and it's actually the train that you saw in that short teaser trailer Bioware showed us about a week ago. This is the beginning of the Flashpoint. We obviously begin on a train, and that would be the train that we're decorating. This train is locked. I'll tell you more details tomorrow how the train will be unlocked and what you need to do in the Flashpoint and with the Flashpoint to unlock this stronghold. Congratulations to everybody who was waiting for Season 8 Ranked PvP to end, because it ends tomorrow and the new one, Season 9, begins immediately with the release of 5.4. The rewards for Season 8 have been announced a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks. And if you want them again, down below in the video description, you'll find the link for that. Next, Senia Tyrell customization. We've had a short discussion with one of my subscribers on a video of mine earlier today. What exactly would be the body type for Senia? We know that Star Wars The Old Republic only has 4 body types, and that doesn't just apply to the characters that we play and create, but it also applies to the NPCs. So Senia has to be body type 2, but I'll tell you and show you more things tomorrow in a special dedicated video about Senia's decoration customization options. Last but not least, item rating display. This is a brand new feature at the very top of your stats panel. If you press C, the default keyboard shortcut, on the top you will see an average calculated by the system gear rating that will give you a rough estimation of what your gear rating is. This is going to be required, or useful at least, if not required, for the new Flashpoint Crisis on Umbara if you want to do it in Master Mode. It is going to be challenging in Master Mode, by the way. Let's move down to the general changes. There are some interesting things that I would like to point out. I will not be reading absolutely everything from the patch notes because some of these things don't interest me, and I believe not everything will interest you. But of course, you can read the patch notes down below from the link. The amount of damage which is shielded will now be displayed in the combat log as intended. Oh, I guess tanks and healers will be really happy to see that now. Corrected an issue where the player would be unable to interact with the stronghold hook while using a filter in the decoration user interface. I'm not a big decorator myself, but I've noticed that issue a few times. And if I've noticed it a few times, I can imagine how frustrating it would be for people who do that a lot and often. The Manan stronghold is now properly set as a rest area. If you felt uneasy and unrested when you visit your Manan retreat, your Manan villa, well, rest assured, it will be a resting area now. That's just a joke. Next, Conquest fixed, which really is just a typo fix. The guild interface will no longer jump to the top of the list if a member node or rank is adjusted. My god! This was actually picked as a number one amongst a few people that I asked, which is your favorite change from the patch notes from today? This was the one that several people picked as number one. I don't know if those folks care about it because they are guild masters in their own guilds, but being a GM myself, I have to tell you, this is incredibly frustrating. I'm really glad to see that Bioware is updating and actually fixing it. Now, here is an important update. Companions can now be summoned while moving. This was announced previously coming, and the good news is that it's actually free. Believe it or not, probably you, expected this to be locked behind the legacy unlock, like the mount moving mount spawn was locked behind the unlock. Never mind, you get my point. Well, it's free. And now, a new option has been added to the graphics preference menu for higher graphics settings called Enhanced Button. Bioware doesn't describe it very well, but it's a separate button. It's not in the drop-down menus. It's a separate radio button to activate or deactivate, which will improve the realism of contrast and shadows. Yes, there is an improvement, believe it or not, and depending on your system, you might actually see a small percentage of impact. For me, it was neglectable, but then again, I have a decent hardware system. If you're interested, you can also find it down below and in the link under the video. And you have to test this out. I have to tell you also, don't pay too much attention and don't be sorry if this actually has, excuse me, a negative impact on your game performance, because the quality increase is really, really minimal. You can notice it probably mostly around more detailed and complex shadows of trees, for example, on Alderaan, maybe, and of course other places. But then again, it's cool to have, but if your system cannot really run and manage this, don't worry, you're not missing that much. We've talked in previous videos about the buffs and nerfs that are coming with this cycle of class changes. We've got the Sentinel combat and concentration with the warrior Carnage and Fury nerfs, not as big as expected. I have a separate video linked here somewhere. You can take a look if you want to hear my opinion and analysis on the changes. Well, we've also got changes to the Scrapper Scoundrel and the Ruffian disciplines, as well as the mirror version of the Operative Concealment and Lethality. There is also a small, actually, fix for the Vanguard Trooper. It's not exactly class change, it's just a fix. The Strategic Supremacy utility will now properly route enemies that have been revealed by Stealth Scan. This is just a fix of an existing bug. It's not a class change, it cannot be considered a buff or a nerf or anything like that. Moving down to the Flashpoint operations and uprisings, there is something funny here. First, the Flashpoints. Gear dropped from some Flashpoint bosses will now be appropriate to the level of the character who looted it as intended. This is actually a very interesting fix for those few people who still enjoy doing Flashpoints. Lately, the Flashpoint pop has been really slow, at least on my server. The operation change. Oh, Bioware is going to receive some real hate here. The ads that spawn during the Bestia encounter first boss in Dread Palace no longer award experience points when killed. Rest in peace, Bestia Farmer, because If you guys have those last remaining ults that you need to quickly level up, gather your group, get your guild together, and go do it right now tonight, because as of tomorrow with 5.4, this won't be available anymore. And once again, I can't remember when, but I believe this is the second time the same issue with the uprising trial and error is being fixed. The door leading to the last boss encounter will now open as intended. I had an issue with that bug on patch day when the uprising was released. 1 or 2 patches later, this was announced to be fixed, and apparently it wasn't fixed. I don't know really. Down below in the next section, items and economy, I don't really have too many things to point out. You can read them from the screen, or you can read them from the link in the patch notes down below. Missions and NPCs, this is actually PvP related, because the unassembled component rewards from various PvP missions have been adjusted. I've announced this in a news post on Vulkk.com a while ago, when Bioware actually announced it officially for the first time, as well as I commented on a video of mine. But just in case you don't know what's happening, Bioware is increasing significantly the unassembled components earned from ranked PvP. Whether that's good for the ranked PvP community or horrible, we don't know yet, but everybody knows that the ranked PvP community is struggling for members and for active players. Whether this change is going to bring new blood into the ranked PvP scene, or it's going to destroy what's left of it, that probably depends on server by server basis, on day by day basis, and overall I hope to be a positive change, because queues will be quicker, even though it will be filled with more inexperienced players who are here just to get their gear up. And the last change in the Warzone section is about Novair Coast. Corrected an issue where a Sith Warrior or Jedi Knight who used the Force Charge or Force Leap near one of the turrets could get stuck in the terrain. I don't honestly remember myself getting stuck there, but then again, I've never tried to leap near one of the turrets, or at least maybe I didn't leap into the correct and right direction. This is my quick overview of the patch notes for 5.4. Let me know, what do you think is the best part of these patch notes, and did you actually hear something exciting, something that you didn't know before? Most of these things Bioware announced previously, week or even weeks ago, so not everything was a surprise, but I'm sure there will be at least 1 or 2 things that you didn't know about, so let me know. Are you excited for the patch tomorrow? Quick reminder one more time, there will be a live stream on the 22nd of August as soon as the servers go up, and if I manage to patch correctly and without issues quick enough, I will be live streaming the new Flashpoint with a full and detailed walkthrough, at least light side walkthrough, and maybe if I have time, dark side as well. I'll check out all of the new vendors that are related to this Flashpoint. I will show you everything I can and everything you want that is being changed or brought as a new feature to the game tomorrow. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video.